Recording. Okay, welcome to mindfulness meditation. I wanted to focus our practice today from Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. One of the chapters in her book is called Coming Home to Our Body, the Ground of Radical Acceptance. And it begins with a quote from the Buddha from the Satipatthana Sutra. There is one thing that when cultivated and regularly practiced leads to deep spiritual intention, to peace, to mindfulness and clear comprehension, to vision and knowledge, to a happy life here and now, and to the culmination of wisdom and awakening. And what is that one thing? It is mindfulness centered on the body. So she goes on to talk a little bit about inhabiting our bodies and how to learn to inhabit our bodies. We experience our lives through our bodies, whether we are aware of it or not. We are so mesmerized by our ideas about the world that we miss out on much of our direct sensory experience. Even when we're aware of a feeling of a strong breeze, the sound of rain on the roof, a fragrance in the air, we rarely remain with the experience long enough to inhabit it fully. In most moments, we have an overlay of inner dialogue that comments on what is happening and plans what we might do next. Hamid Ali, author and contemporary spiritual teacher, reminds us that if we are not living with awareness of our body, we are not fully alive. He says, sincerely explore for yourself. Are you here or not? Are you in your body or oblivious or only aware of parts of it? When I say, are you in your body, I mean, are you completely filling your body? I want to know whether you are in your feet or just have feet. Do you live in them? Or are they just things you use when you walk? Are you in your belly? Or do you just know vaguely that you have a belly? Or is it just for food? Are you really in your hands? Or do you move them from a distance? Are you present in your cells, inhabiting and filling your body? If you aren't in your body, what significance is there in your experience this moment? Are you preparing so that you can be here in the future? Are you setting up conditions by saying to yourself, when such and such happens, I'll have time, I'll be here? If you are not here, what are you saving yourself for? So I think that's a beautiful question. Are you here? Are you inhabiting this body? So I'll offer a guided meditation on the body, which you are welcome to participate in to the extent that you feel comfortable. If there's ever a place in the body that you'd rather not bring attention to, you're welcome to move your attention elsewhere, to the hands, to the feet, or maybe even outside of the body. So let's begin by listening to the sound of the bell and any other sounds that you might notice. So just acknowledging the sounds as the bell fades, sounds in the room, outside the room. And that sounds are happening in the present moment. Sounds can bring us back to the present moment, just like any other body sensation. We can notice a liking or a disliking, but it is certainly here. And in this way, there's no such thing as a distraction. Turning attention now to the body and inviting the awareness to be present with the places of contact, the floor, whatever it is you might be seated on. See if you can notice these places of contact and feel the support for your body, and allowing the body to be supported. Right now, there's nothing you need to be doing. Right now, there's no place else you need to be. You've already set aside this time to just return to awareness, to presence. Allowing awareness to settle into the lower body, the foundation, like the base of a mountain. In the mind's eye, you might even envision a mountain. Imagining and embodying the solidity, the stability of this mountain. The solid base of the mountain, and the spine rising up. The head and shoulders being the peak of the mountain. Feeling the body and its solidity like a mountain. Inviting a sense of dignity into your posture. That this body is no less magnificent than any mountain. So bringing awareness into the body, what sensations do you notice most prominently right now? Where do you feel the body right now? Perhaps noticing what sensations you might feel deep within the body, almost as if awareness was a light that illuminated the body from within. What would that feel like? To fully inhabit the body. And can you feel the body out, all the way out to the skin? What information are you receiving from the body at the skin? sensations of temperature, warmth and coolness. Where do you find those? Feeling sensation of texture or pressure of clothing, fabric. And the movement of air. You might also begin to notice the muscles of the body. Are there any areas of tension or holding that's not in fact necessary right now? Can you invite those just to let go a little bit? You could even imagine that you could breathe into those regions of the body, like breathing into the shoulders, perhaps. Making some room. Breathing into the jaw. Letting go on the exhale. Breathing into the hands. Letting go on the exhale. Anywhere else in the body might be holding any extra tension. Just inviting it to let go. It may or may not actually let go. It's okay, either way. As we connect with the body as best we can, we might just check in with the gentle movement of the breath. Feeling the aliveness of the body. The continual support of the breath. Even a mountain that is perfectly still changes moment by moment, day by day, and season by season. So just feeling in this body the same stillness and movement that are both present all the time. And finally, bringing awareness to the region of the heart, this emotional center of the body. If you choose, you could place a hand on or near the heart, or both hands if that's comfortable for you. To just acknowledge what's here. Are there any sensations that are available in the region of the heart? Can you notice whether it's feeling open or closed? Warm or cool? Tender or overflowing? Breathing into this region of the body, making room to open the heart just a little bit, if that's comfortable. And so as we prepare to close today's practice, I'll share a poem. This poem is by Sarah Solway called "You Do Not Need Another Self-Help Book." Just get up from your desk and open the window. Keep silent until you hear 3 sounds you've never heard before. Run your tongue around your mouth. Smell the air. I tell you what, put down this book and do this one thing now. Let your hands drift out and touch, then drift again. Run your fingers over rough wood, then let them fall against your own soft skin. I met a woman once who told me to touch her sweater. Expensive, she said. It bobbled under my hand, so she told me I wasn't feeling it right. And for too long I believed her, because she said quality spoke. I didn't see how beautiful the world is, with its only wish that I belong, and how my touch, my smell, hearing, sight, so different from hers, is the only one that matters. Okay. So perhaps inviting a little movement into fingers and toes if you'd like. Letting some light into the eyes. Reconnecting to the room, to the screen if you wish. And as a mindfulness on the go practice to take with you today, inviting you to participate in something called loving touch. This is basically just using loving hands and a loving touch in whatever you do, even with inanimate objects. So you could put on a new ring or tie a string to a finger on your right hand. And every time you notice this, remember to use loving hands or loving touch. So rather than just unconsciously flinging things around or being careless with our objects that we're interacting with, really holding them and moving them with care, with loving hands. Thanks so much for practicing. See you next week.